오늘 날씨 끝장납니다. 날씨 너무 좋아. But I forgot suhoor yesterday. I feel a little bit ashamed, but I was almost cried because I'm hungry. So today I'm in Gangnam and I will introduce you special guest today. I invited a Korean YouTuber for our iftar. I think it would be very interesting because I was really surprised that she messaged me. She interested in Islam, asked me a lot of questions about Islam, like how to pray, when is the prayer time, what is Ramadan, what is fasting. I thought it would be great to invite her and explain and talk about Islam. It doesn't mean that I have to make her Muslim or something. It's not like that, but it would be really interesting. 인도 야시장, 맛집 중에 맛집이죠. Assalamualaikum. Long time no see. How are you? Good, I'm fine. Long time no see.
진짜 맛있겠다. 튀김 만두랑. I want to eat, but he says his iftar 10 minutes left, so I can't eat it.
시간이 딱 되면은 알라후 아크발 이제 아잔이라고 나와요. 비스밀라하고 하고 먹어요. 그게 네, 하나님의 이름으로. 하나님이 창조해 주시고 감사하게 주신 거니까 감사한 마음으로.
간식하다가 먹으면
엄청
정말
달아요.
감사합니다.
오랜만에 봬요.
네, 맞아요. 강남보.
강남보. I like that.
너무 맛있어요.
와. 아 진짜 이거 대박이다.
그죠? 이거 진짜 맛있죠?
그래서 사실은 요가를 하는 궁극적인 이상할 때 가부좌 자세를 편하게 하기 위한 부분이 있어요. 그다음에 이제 이 마음을 좀 안정화시키는 그런 효과가 있을 수 있어요. 일단은 왜 이렇게 웃기지?
기도하는 거랑
다음에 기도도 한번 소개해 주세요.
같이 가서 알라후 아크발은 이런 사대가 있어요. 사대는 이거 한 번 쓰고 일어났다가 알라후 아크발을 하고 기도 절을 해요. 이거를 한 번 하고 한 번 더 하고 이거가 이제 원어가 다시 되는데 이게 이제 반복이 되는 거예요. 제일 중요한 거는 이제 내 마음이 얼마나 하나님을 위해서 향하고 있는지 소통을 하고자 하는 의지가 있는지 그게 중요해요.
영상도 그래요. 영상도 이제 제일 중요하고 머리 비슷한 것 같아요.
알파티아를 해야 돼요. 알파티아 뭐냐면은 비스밀라히라흐마니라힘 알함두릴라히 rabbil alamin arrahmanirrahim maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin.
혼자 서서 하는 건가요?
지금은 기도문 앞에서 배울 때는 이제 서서 이걸 하는 거예요. 그래서 알라후 아크발 하고 내려가는 거예요. 알라후 아크발 이렇게 하이알라후 절을 하는 거예요. 알라후 아크발 끝날 때는 이렇게 돌리고 그래서 여기 So I invite 한국 언니 today.
Hi, it's my first time meeting down here.
I'm so honored to meet you.
Me too.
Yeah, actually because I so hard.
the audience.
We did a lot of things today. We
Yeah, a lot.
had dinner together and we did some meditation like session with me and we prayed to Allah too.
Yeah, we talked many things, many kind of topics.
Deep talk
Yeah, deep talk. It was really interesting because she messaged me in DM
about Ramadan.
Yeah, about Ramadan, like Islamic things and culture. So I was really surprised.
Yeah, I'm interested in spiritual things and I don't like put limitations or like boundaries in like all of the religious. So I started following you because it was interesting that you were Korean but you were Muslim. So I'm following you and then like keep looking at your stories and stuff and you posted something about Ramadan. And I once fasted before, not knowing about Ramadan before. So I was interested in fasting anyway. So I thought, okay, what is Islamic fasting like? So I asked him about the Islamic fasting, and he also said he will invite me one day. So today is the day.
How was your iftar today?
Wow. I mean, when you think of fasting, mostly not really eating.
Islam? I'm really curious about non-Korean Muslims.
I mean, that's a very big question. That's a very big question. I don't know. I don't judge, first of all, so no judging. I personally, this is my belief, so I personally think it's all a great way for one truth. All good. Like, I mean, it's a good thing,
Yeah, it's a good thing.
to believe in something. I don't know, being one with the universe, or some people say God, some people say blah blah. That's my perspective.
That's really interesting. I think every religion have their own things. Like trying to know about the truth, their effort is all precious.
Actually, I also have a photo of me going to wearing.
Hijab?
I will send you that one. This is me.
진짜 막 감동을 받으시죠.
나예요. Me and my brother. I'm really open about, like what you said, any religion and any people's effort for their finding their own truth. And I think they all have their own truth. I actually have an experience with fasting. I matched it with the time of Islam, like Ramadan time, because I thought there is a reason why
Yes, right.
they do fasting in that period, and also praying, and like we just experienced a Muslim way of praying. That first you start your prayers with your intention to communicate with God, and second, being grateful. When I do meditate, I do the same things. Firstly, I set an intention, feeling grateful. So I thought there's like this truth into it, like matching things into like what we're doing. So I'm very willing to learn, and
Say that you're not religious, but in the end you are. So you are.
Because not many Koreans think about like this kind of topics, like why we born here, why do we live, and where are we going. We have really deep thinking about this. So I hope Islam can be one of the way you can find the truth. Inshallah.
받아들임, like in Korean, 받아들임. Judging is not ours to do, but we just accept. Yeah, thank you as well for giving me this chance to learn about your religion. So thank you for inviting me to this.
It's good to know each other's things. It's really good. Okay, so thank you for watching our video. Take care and be safe. Alhamdulillah, masalah. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 한국 언니, Korean 언니.
She is really mega YouTuber. Because I really seen her
He's the
a
mega
lot. Thank you. Bye bye.
اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أتي الله أتي رسول أولي الأمر منكم and always a reminder for myself and Abdul Allah, just Ibrahim, the skin is all Jahad, but for the grace of Allah that we are still in existence. Alhamdulillah, the 40 month, Hajj
and it's supposed to be beneficial to fast on that day.
You should watch the natural cycles of the body. Based on this natural cycle, once in one mandala, that is one mandala is 40 to 48 days. In these 48 days, 3 days will happen where your body does not need food.
If that awareness is not there as to which day that is, for that in India they fixed what is called as Ekadashi. That means 4 days before the full moon, 4 days before the new moon day, people don't eat. Wake up in the morning, no breakfast, no lunch. Only after the sun sets they eat one meal. This is just to allow the system to realign itself. If you give this break, it's very, very good for your health and your body, the way it functions. Because the system needs that time to adjust itself. Everyday food, it's a lot of hard work. The body, give it a little break. So, what is its spiritual significance? Because it's a cleansing. If your system is not vibrant, you won't feel like doing anything spiritual. You're feeling lethargic. For a meditator, the biggest enemy is sleep. To sit here with eyes closed and fully alert, take something else. For most people, if they close their eyes, it's sleep. So to sit here and to be very alert with eyes closed takes a certain level of vibrance in the body. So to create this vibrance, we observe how to eat, what to do, how much to eat, all these things. It is not spiritual, but it is providing the right kind of body. So in that context, fasting here and there, giving the body a break to recover itself, recover its vibrance, not become lethargic with food, is important. The ideal break between one meal and the next meal is 8 hours always. If 8 hours is not possible for you, minimum 5 hours break is needed. You must feel a certain sense of hunger before you eat. Before you feel hungry, if you put food into the system will become lethargic. It will not know vibrance. So human vibrance can be in various levels, many different dimensions. It can carry you to completely different dimensions of experience and living. So keeping the body well is a fundamental requirement.
Somehow on this day, I feel that the need for food is not as much as it is on other days. So reducing the food intake definitely helps to clean the system, and it also gives rest to the digestive system.
So we fast for 24 hours and break the fast in the night with a particular kind of meal which is more gentle on the system, made up of kanji, papaya, chutney and cooked vegetables.
Every morning before we do our morning practices, we have neem and turmeric with tepid light honey water. Now Sadhguru says this has a lot of medicinal benefits and is very supportive for yogic sadhana.
Anything that you borrow from the planet, it will cause a certain level of inertia in the system. Now the important thing is that you're conscious of this and to keep the inertia levels at the minimum. Why always, whether your sadhana is working or not, is always gauged by how much you sleep and how alert you are, is because we're checking the inertia. How much inertia are you generating? If you're generating too much inertia, obviously you need to do something about it. So, the inertia levels will increase if the body does not allow a certain amount of energy to enter the cellular level. For it to enter the cellular level, neem and turmeric as a combination is a tremendous… it's like a dilator. You know what's a dilator? Now if your ophthalmologist wants to look into your eye, he looks into your eye, you don't show much, he puts a dilator. Your eye becomes like this, now he looks into your eye. So this is kind of a dilator for the energy. It dilates the body in such a way that it allows the energy to enter and fill up every crevice in the body. This is important. Otherwise, if you do a lot of sadhana, not neem and turmeric is not the only thing, these are physical supports. Other sadhana itself is doing it. Neem and turmeric is a good support because it dilates the cellular structure in such a way that it is able to absorb. As you do your asanas, the body will simply crackle with a different kind of energy. So, consumption of neem and turmeric with a mildly laced honey water acts as a wonderful way of cleansing the system, dilating the system, that when you do sadhana, one thing, it brings flexibility to the muscles. Another thing is because the dilation brings flexibility to the muscle, and that flexibility, as a consequence, becomes a way that you slowly build the system into a more powerful possibility. So, taking care of the food and a few things is important, as important as sadhana. Being disciplined with your food, what you take into the system, is as important as doing the sadhana.
The idea is, if you take this neem and turmeric combination early in the morning and drink something warm, it cleanses the stomach in a big way. If there are any minor infections in your stomach, it'll go away. And it also kills the cancerous cells in the body. When I say cancerous cells, it is not that you must be, diagnosed as having cancer. All our bodies have cancerous cells. Only when this percentage of cancerous cells goes beyond a certain percentage, only then it becomes a disease. Otherwise, every one of our body has cancerous cells, and how many of them are there decides your health status in many ways.
We just got done with our morning practice sessions and headed for the brunch.
The way that we sit in the hall is we sit cross-legged and we eat with our hands. By eating with the hands, you really create that connection with your food before it even goes into your mouth. Another aspect of how we eat in the hall is we eat in silence. It really helps you be more conscious and aware. And why this is important is because I've become more aware of how my body is while I'm eating. In situations back at home or watching TV while eating, you put your hand into the bag of chips and all of a sudden there's no more chips left. But when you eat this way, consciously, you can better feel the sensations in your body and to know when to stop.
Here at the ashram we have 2 meals a day. After introducing this diet, I've seen some changes in the way I do my practices. My sleep quota has gone down quite significantly. The Sadhguru says there should be at least 8 hours gap between the first and second meal. I can definitely see that it has worked.
So if you space out the food between one meal and the next meal, if there is 6 to 8 hours gap without eating anything else in between, most of your cancerous cells will die. Still, if some of them are tough and they don't go, that is why twice a month there is Ekadasi for you. Now, huge studies are being made and they are saying the same thing, that if you just fast for a period of time, fasting does not mean 8 days, 15 days and killing yourself. No, just you eat your evening meal today, the next meal is only tomorrow evening. If you give this much space, most of the cancerous cells get neutralized. Will all of them be gone? No. Some of them know how to lie low, but they will never be able to increase their numbers and gang up in one place to become an ailment.
It's not just about the type of food and how many times we have food, but it's also about the healing and cooling properties of the food. It changes accordingly to the weather. Everything is put together to create the right kind of balance.
During the training in the afternoon, we're also taking a soup.
In the afternoons, they will give you what is here locally called as kollu, and the English came here and named it as the horse gram. So horse gram soup they will give you in the afternoon. You drink horse gram soup, and horse gram is one among the lentils. It is the most protein-rich lentil found on the planet. It's very high-powered. So that's why race horses are fed with this gram, which is called as horse gram today. Now, this will increase heat in the body.
From my experience of taking this during this training, I would say that I never get sick like fever, cold.